Hey Ethan,
Hey Alex.
how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic here in Lille, enjoying the wonderful weather, enjoying the friends around me. Fluke, Alex, it's great. It's great.
Yeah man, I'm happy to have you here. You have brought us something here. What do you have?
Yeah, so, we'll save the official deck tech for, my own YouTube channel, Sant. But there's a couple things I wanted to talk about heading out of the Pro Tour, some things I've come to terms with about playing Levia at a big event like this. And everyone around me is always saying, why do you play Levia? Why do you put yourself through this? And this weekend I really kind of pushed the limits even a bit more. I was playing Levia and even ran this spicy Hexagore in the list. So a Hexagore Levia did make day 2 at the Pro Tour and end up going 7-7, which is a bit of a feat in and of itself. But 7-7 didn't get me where I wanted to be. And in retrospect, thinking back at why did I take the losses I did? What can I do to improve myself for next time? The harsh reality that I had to come to terms with is that there were just scenarios that Levia put me in that weren't really anything my opponent did, weren't really anything I did. They're just ways that Levia can get a little too unlucky at an event like this. And an event like this, you figure when there's a draft portion, there's some losses that you're just going to take in that. It's very hard to go 3-0, 3-0 in that format. And then that means in the CC rounds, you want to maximize your chances of always being able to pull off the win. But Levia has these inconsistencies where there will be losses you take that you can't control, that your opponent does nothing about either. And that's what I wanted to kind of highlight here. Things I've been thinking about, ruminating about, that are making me probably sway off Levia for the next big event. Because a couple things happened this event. For example, Shadow of Blazonfet, this card that can be so impactful in drawing, discarding, letting you pull out these really important recursion pieces like Howl from Beyond. I was playing a game against Bravo, and I saw this card turn 1, and I thought, man, that's how you win this game. I just need to pull out the recursion piece turn 1, and we will be so set. But instead, I drew and discarded a Doomsday. And Doomsday is a one-of, and it's such an important card in that matchup, and all of a sudden it was just gone. It was just gone because I drew and randomly discarded it off the top. So not only was I punished by having Doomsday taken away from me for the rest of the game, I also wasn't able to banish the Howl from Beyond. So just, things started to spiral all from turn 1 in that matchup. And that's a matchup you have to play so tight that it just kind of slipped away from me. And another situation that came up was Dread Screamer, one of the most amazing cards in Levia. But this sucker really cares about hitting a 6 attack on its banish trigger. Because if you don't, you miss the go again and you miss turning off Blood Debt. And there are situations where you have like 10 hits in graveyard, 10 6 powers in graveyard, and 3 misses in graveyard. And of course it did come up where this card hit the 3 misses in graveyard, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Your opponent just kind of, grins because they love what just happened. You hate it. There's no recovery because you're not turning off Blood Debt. You don't get go again, so you don't get the try at turning off Blood Debt again, and you just completely lose the turn cycle, and it's horrible. And then lastly, Blood Rush also had some situations this weekend where, I really built the deck to try to pump a lot of damage out of this card, because this is a flip deck between Mandible Claws and Hexagore. But there were situations where Blood Rush drew all reds and became a card that just gave +2 to my turn. Not even +4, because I wasn't able to swing Mandible Claw into an attack. And when that happens, you just lose so much ceiling into what your deck's supposed to be capable of. And in a game that's so high octane in this format, where you're trying to race Briars, trying to race Fies, trying to race Viscerize, when your power card only deals +2, once again, there's just nothing you can do about it. You can't change those draws. You just drew reds. And so because of things like this that came up on the weekend, it's making me reconsider how much agency I have to really win those games that I lost. And Levia just right now, just not going to be able to do it. So we're gonna look again at taking a new deck to Nationals, taking a new deck to Worlds, because I know I have more I can bring to this game, apart from just the deck building I bring to the Levia community, the support that I've, got everyone together around this League of Levia idea. I love that, but Levia at a big tournament, pulling together like a great result is just not quite there yet. So that's kind of everything I learned this weekend. Still had a great time, but I really don't think I could have done better than I did with just some of the plays that came out of this weekend. Yeah.
So you will break up with her forever, or?
No, I absolutely do adore this hero. I hope some of you saw the cosplay that I pulled off as well. I'm very invested in. I just love the Eldritch theme she has going about her. I love the underdog story that she's got, even in her own official lore. And I really want to see the more depths that this hero can be brought to, because playing from Banished Sun is really cool. Brute in general just has very upfront damage numbers that are very honest in its own playstyle that way, and I really like that pattern. So I will come back to her when I can bring some more consistency to her deck, because I think I've gotten it as best as I can right now. It's been a year of playing her, it's been a year of tweaking her, but we've just kind of plateaued. I need to bring myself that little extra percentage points in the next big tournament, and I just don't think I can do it with Levia right now, especially with how competitive Nationals and Worlds are going to be this year, with the big shakeups to Prism being gone, with maybe Briar being gone for Worlds as well after National season. I just want to play the best deck for once and just see what happens, and I'm pretty excited to kind of, pursue that.
Yeah. Do you have, anyone do you want to shout out?
Oh yeah, I mean, this whole weekend has been nothing but happy faces, big smiles, and great camaraderie. Like, Hayden, Dale, has been a pleasure to hang out with. Brendan Patrick, it was a pleasure to play with you. Fluke, Pietro, Alex, yourself. Everyone is just so welcoming in this community, and especially talking with these different content creators around the world, you really get that there's true passion behind everyone in their own little pockets, bringing what they do to this game. And it's really been felt as well what the League of Levia has done for this game. Just meeting all the fans that come up wanting me to sign a Levia, or just talk about some crazy story that they had with like a 30 damage Blood Rush turn. All those little moments are why we love Levia, and just getting everyone having like a face in the crowd that everyone wants to come to and talk about Levia is a really special thing, and it's been so much fun. I've met people from across the world who are just Levia fans, and it's just so cool to hang out with them, shake hands, and do all kinds of stuff. Yeah. So
Please,
shout out to you guys. Yeah.
At last, tell us a little bit more about the cosplay contest.
Yes, that was, I hope you can find some B-roll or something to put in of that. That was so much fun. I pulled off this young Levia cosplay at the last Pro Tour and had a lot of fun with it, but it was my first attempt and I didn't know kind of what other people were going to bring to the stage. And I realized I might not have the fabrication skills to go crazy on that front, but I can add some of the performance, some of that true, just the affinity I have for this hero for the whole year I've been playing her, how much I understand her story and love the struggle that she embodies as well. So I put together more of like a diorama, more of a scene around this whole sacrifice of the rabbit, pulling out guts, like the smear of the blood, the candles on the floor, like all of that just to summon her god Blasmafet. Like, I put all that into the cosplay this time, and it really showed off well. Some of the pictures are just incredible. I'm surprised they look that good, of just the whole scene of the rabbit guts. And I actually ended up getting third place, which got the lore book. And to me, that's just a critical piece of Fab history. I absolutely love it. Because a Tailor's great and all. A Tailor you can put in a binder, you can play it in UPF, but the lore book you can open and read and immerse yourself a bit more in what Flesh and Blood is, and have it out on your coffee table and have friends over and have them ask, what is this game? And now you have more to share than just the gameplay. You have the lore, the story, the characters. I'm really happy with walking away with that prize. It's going to be a treasured piece of my collection for sure. Yeah.
So the community will see you again at Worlds.
Oh yeah, Nationals, Worlds, even a Battle Hardened in Columbus, Ohio next week. It's Flesh and Blood all the way. Every weekend I can, I'm away at some event. I'll absolutely love it.
Okay, thank you so much for tuning in, and we see each other the next time.
See you.